Hey, what's up, guys? Today we are talking about the Rodecaster Pro. And like I said, today we are talking about the Rodecaster Pro, and pardon me, y'all, but I'm a little on the sleepy side. I've been up all night, working all night. But anyway, we're here to talk about this device, the Rodecaster Pro. As you can see, it has 4 mic inputs that you can use. That have 4 different people on a podcast. And these are Class A servo bias preamps. These are professional preamps. So over here, you got 4 mic inputs. Right here, you got four headphone inputs back there. And right here, if I turn this up, this will raise the volume on whatever I got playing inside my computer. This right here, you could plug in your cell phone, or you could Bluetooth a cell phone. And this right here is the overall volume of the pads. And on each track, on each input, you have a solo button and a mute button. The green is the solo, the red is the mute button. So if I was to press solo, let's go over here because this is the input I'm on. If I was to press solo, it would be solo right there. Or if I was to press mute, and that's on all 4 tracks. And also, you can process each mic differently. Like, for example, we're going to hit a microphone. Now, you got to pick out the microphone that you're using. And if you are using none of these, then you pick either condenser or a dynamic microphone. Some of y'all may not even know what a condenser microphone is. Let me show you. This is a condenser. A condenser microphone is what most of the microphones you'll see inside of, let's say, a recording studio. Dynamic microphone is mostly what you'll see at a concert or in churches. So anyway, if I was using a different type of mic, I would select here condenser or dynamic. But I'm using a pod mic. So that's why the pod mic is selected. Over here, I got level selected. Right now, I got my level set at 48. And right here, you see it says phantom power. I have that off because this mic doesn't need any phantom power at all. Here's audio processing. You got high pass filter, you got noise gate, you got de-esser, you got compressor, and you got effects. Now what the high pass filter does, it cuts off some of that low end that you'll get, that rumbling that you'll get, and that'll cut some of that out. And the noise gate what the noise gate does is while I'm talking, the noise gate is open. But when I stop talking, it closes. And it try to cut out some of that background noise. So what the de-esser does, it attacks sibilants. Like some people with the S's and the T's and stuff like that. So that's what the de-esser does. The compressor tries to bring the overall volume up into a consistent level. The effects, the best way I could describe that is the effects adds a little shine to the vocals, but I do not use the effects. Let me see. Yeah, I don't really use the effects because it's on, but it's on low. I don't really use the effects because some of that stuff I want to do inside the computer. I'm going to mess with the vocals anyway once I get inside the computer, so there's no need for me to do that. So this is on each track. So all vocals can be mixed different. Like the way my wife says, I have hers different from mine. The only thing that's probably the same on mine and hers, the mic is the same, the level is the same, 48. But what's different is the audio processing. Our audio processing is different because her voice is different. Her high pass filter is different. Her noise gate is probably the same. De-esser different. Compressor, effects, all of that's different on our vocals. Now, one of the things I really like about the Rodecaster Pro is you can see the minutes are right here. It tells me where I'm at and how long I've been recording. I've been recording for 6 minutes and 7 seconds so far. All right, let's go over here to the pads, and I'm gonna turn this up. Now, one of the things I like about the pads, but first let me tell you this. I'm recording to a SD card, and I'm recording multi-track. I could record it where it's all just one track, or I could record multi-track. I like recording multi-track because when me and my wife do a podcast, I could put it inside Pro Tools and then level match. Sometimes she talk louder than I do, sometimes I talk louder, but I'm cool, so I talk laid back. You know what I'm saying? My wife talks louder than me, so I just level match when we get it in there. Now, if we were on one track, forget all this. I'm saying when it come out of here, you can have it all on one track. Even though we're really on separate inputs and stuff, you can have it on one track. But the problem with that is it'll give me more work to do because then I gotta cut out where I talk and where she talk and then put us on separate tracks. And then the problem that I'm gonna run into is sometimes we talk at the same time. So then when we talk at the same time, she's gonna still be louder than me. So I'd rather use multi-track and bring the overall volume up. So on these pads, let me see something. So I'm recording to an SD card, and over here it tells me how long, if y'all can see that, how long I can record on this SD card. I can record 8 hours and 40 minutes. All right, these are the pads. And in here, this is my wife's podcast, Warfare Strategies. So we have something on these 5, and these 3 are free. Here's our podcast together. We have something on each one of these, and this one is free. It's the intro, outro. These are commercials. These 5 are commercials, and I'm gonna play one.
Have you written a book and don't know what the next step is? Look no further. Rejoice Essential Publishing can help you fulfill your dreams to become a published author. We do awesome cover designing. We do great editing. We also put your book at all major retailers. Email us today at info@republishing.org.
Now, see, one of the things that I like about that is while we're doing a podcast, we can say to the person we're interviewing, we'll be like, hey, we're going to go to a commercial and come back. And what I do is I mute the first 2 inputs, which is mine and hers, mic 1 and mic 2. And the person that's on the phone, I mute theirs as well. And I play one of the pads, and over here, it shows you a countdown. So you'll know when the commercial going to end. You'll know exactly when it's going to end. Now that I told you that, look over here. I'm currently doing a video series called Relationship Goals, where couples share their love story. We want to celebrate and promote marriage the way God intended. Between a man and a woman. This opportunity will benefit both engaged and married couples, and at the same time, give hope to those who are single who desire to be married. Let us help you tell your story. Contact us at tronmosesmedia@gmail.com. So anyway, that is one of my favorite features because while we're playing that, who's ever on the phone, we can mute them and they'll be able to hear it. It's like having a radio station inside of your home. It really is. So we have this show, my wife's show, Warfare Strategies. We have our show together, Rejoice Essential Network Podcast. Another one of my wife's shows for Monday Motivation. It's just 2 things right here. We don't play commercials or any of that on Monday Motivation. It's just the intro and the outro. I put all intros and outros at the top. Everything you see is intro, outro. Intro, outro. Really, they should be the same color. I'll fix that later. Now, when you want to put stuff inside the Rodecaster Pro on the pads, you do that inside the computer. You just drag and drop. A little app comes with it. You drag and drop it, and you move it to the pad you want to put it on, drop it there, bow, and it's on there. I'm telling you, this is like having a radio station. Your own radio station inside your house. So right now, we only have 5 banks. But as we start filling up more will appear on here. And we just put a name at the bottom. As you see, this is Monday Motivation. Can't get the whole name on there, but that's what it is. So anyway, now if you want to do multi-track, you have to go to the micro SD card. And, let me see, where do you go? You go over here. I'm sorry, I told y'all the wrong thing. You go over here to audio. Then you go to multi-track. You select it. Then you do it. Processing. Let me see, did I get? Okay. Operations. So that's one of the main things that I like about the Rodecaster Pro is you're able to play intros, outros, commercials. The way we started podcasting was different. We had it set up totally different. We had lapel mics. Taped to the microphone and somehow running into the phone and then running into the universal audio. And let me tell you, it was just a headache to keep setting up. My wife got tired of waiting on me, so she said, we need to get a dedicated system. So this is what this is. This is a dedicated system. It's ready to go right out of the box. I'm telling you. And so we had the mic on there and we had headphones on. So the microphone acted as our way of recording the podcast. The lapel mic on tape to the microphone acted as a way for the person to hear us on the phone. And it worked out. And even if you listen to those podcasts, those are quality podcasts. There's nothing, well, there's no major differences but in quality, but because everybody know universal audio is good. Universal audio, those preamps are good. But we just needed a dedicated system. And so I love the Rodecaster Pro. As I told you, you got 4 mic inputs. You got 3 other inputs over here, which you don't really put nothing in here. That's the Bluetooth. You can hook a phone right there. My system is right here. Whatever's playing on the computer, if I've turned this up, that will play. You got 4 headphone inputs, and there's an input actually over here that I could also use for headphone 1. If I don't want to put my headphone back there, if I want to put it up here, I could still turn up the volume and hear everything. And this right here is the overall volume of the Rodecaster Pro. I'm telling you, you need this in your life. If you want things to be professional, which I know you do, get you a Rodecaster Pro. Now, I'm pretty sure I ain't got to tell you, they not paying me to say this. It's just a good system. And let me show you, these are the microphones we have. I don't feel like taking this off to even bother to show you. So those are the mics we have right there. Those are the pod mics. So we purchased 2, and they're good quality. Actually, I could take this off because inside there's some kind of thing built inside of the mic where it's supposed to stop plosives and P's and pops and P's and stuff like that. But to be on the safe side, I just got this on there and it's gonna stay on there. So anyway, I'm sure y'all figure by now that this is not just a photography channel. This is a media channel. I'm dealing with photography, videography, and audio. I'll catch you on the next video.